The fall TV season is here, and if you're thinking about upgrading your TV to enjoy those new fall shows, you are in luck. The experts at Consumer Reports explain the one new feature you might want to seriously consider when you go TV shopping.
That expensive Samsung you're eyeing? It's using the exact same panel as a TV costing half the price. The TV industry has been playing a shell game with your money for years, and in 2026, they've gotten even sneakier. What they're hiding about refresh rates alone will make you furious. Your TV is fighting you, and it's winning. That remote you've been jabbing for the last 6 years? The one that takes 3 tries to open Netflix? That's not a glitch. That's your TV waving a white flag. Here's the thing. TVs from 2018 or earlier can't even run updated streaming apps anymore. The software gets too heavy. The processor gets too slow. And suddenly, you're staring at frozen screens and error messages instead of your favorite show. But it gets worse. Those older smart TVs stopped receiving security updates years ago, which means hackers can waltz right into your home network through that dusty screen in your living room. Sounds dramatic, right? It's not. It's happening. Now, the average American keeps their TV for about 7.5 years. Sounds reasonable. Except smart TV software becomes outdated in just 4 to 5 years. You're basically driving a car with expired registration for half the time you own it. And the picture quality jump? Massive. A mid-range 2026 TV genuinely outperforms the fancy flagship models from 2020. I'm not exaggerating. The technology moved that fast. Here's something nobody talks about. Those complicated remotes with 47 buttons? Gone. New models feature large buttons and voice commands actually designed for human beings. Revolutionary concept, apparently. Oh, and your old TV collecting dust? Major retailers will knock $50 to $150 off your new purchase just for trading it in, even if it's broken. But knowing your old TV needs replacing is just step one. The real question is, what size screen actually fits your space? Here's the thing about TV shopping that drives me crazy. Everyone walks into the store wanting the biggest screen possible. It's like buying pants 3 sizes too big just because they're on sale. Bigger isn't always better. Sometimes it's just bigger. There's actually a simple formula that works every time. Take your viewing distance in inches and divide by 1.5. That's your ideal screen size. So if you sit 8 feet from your TV, that's 96 inches divided by 1.5. You get 64 inches. A 65-inch TV would be perfect. But here's what nobody tells you. A 65-inch screen from 8 feet away looks the same relative size as a 55-inch from 6.5 feet. Your eyes don't care about the actual measurements. They care about how much of your vision the screen fills. Go too big in a small room, and your eyes start working overtime. They're constantly darting around trying to follow the action. After 2 hours of that, hello, headache. For bedrooms, 43 to 50 inches hits the sweet spot. Living rooms can handle 55 to 75 inches comfortably. And one thing people always forget. That massive 75-inch TV has to actually fit through your door. The box won't squeeze through a standard 30-inch doorway. I've seen delivery guys standing outside homes looking defeated. Not a pretty sight. Oh, and if you're putting your TV in a corner, go 1 size smaller. Angled viewing cuts your perceived screen size by about 15%. Now, screen size is just one piece of the puzzle. What's actually making that picture? All right, let's decode this alphabet soup once and for all. LED is the basic stuff. Think of it like shining a flashlight through a stained glass window. There's a backlight behind the screen, and it works fine. Nothing fancy, nothing terrible. Your wallet stays happy. QLED? That's Samsung's fancy marketing term. They've added a layer of tiny particles called quantum dots that make colors pop harder. It sits right in the middle for price and performance. Solid choice for most people. Now, OLED is where things get interesting. Each pixel creates its own light. More importantly, each pixel can turn completely off. We're talking true black, not pretty dark black. Actual, absolute, void of space black. Here's what nobody tells you, though. OLED screens can develop something called burn-in. Leave a news channel logo sitting in the corner for hours every day, and eventually, that ghost image stays forever. My neighbor learned this the hard way. CNN lives on his screen permanently now. But wait, there's a twist for bright room dwellers. If your living room has windows everywhere and sunshine streaming in like you're growing tomatoes, QLED actually beats OLED. Those beautiful OLED blacks look washed out when competing with sunlight. One more surprise. LED TVs last around 60,000 hours. OLED? About 100,000 before brightness fades noticeably. So much for the OLED dies faster myth. The technology sounds complicated, but picking the right one actually comes down to one simple question coming up next. Now let's talk about something the TV industry really hopes you don't figure out. 8K resolution. Sounds impressive, right? 33 million pixels crammed onto your screen compared to just 8 million with 4K. That's 4 times the detail. Here's the problem. Your eyes literally cannot see the difference. Unless you're sitting closer than 4 feet from a 65-inch screen, 8K and 4K look identical. And who watches TV from 4 feet away? That's basically sitting in your TV's lap. But wait, it gets worse. Only 2% of streaming content even offers 8K zero broadcast channels. You're paying 2 to 3 times more for pixels you can't see, displaying content that doesn't exist. That's like buying a sports car to drive in a parking lot. I actually looked at an 8K model last year. Gorgeous in the store. Got home, compared it side by side with my buddy's 4K set. We squinted. We moved closer. We moved back. Nothing. Couldn't tell them apart. Here's what actually matters, though. 4K upscaling technology in 2026 TVs is genuinely impressive. It takes your regular cable broadcast and sharpens it significantly. That's a real visible improvement you'll notice every day. Oh, and one more thing. True 8K streaming requires internet speeds that 78% of American households don't even have. So even if content existed, most people couldn't stream it anyway. Save your money on 8K. But those savings won't help if your remote makes you want to throw it through the screen. Here's something nobody tells you in the store. The remote control is your daily relationship with that TV. Not the screen. Not the fancy features. The remote. Before you buy anything, pick it up. Actually hold it. If the buttons feel like they were designed for ant fingers, walk away. I'm serious. You'll be pressing those buttons thousands of times over the next several years. Your thumbs will thank you or curse you. Backlit remotes? Absolute game changers. No more playing flashlight detective at 9 p.m. because you accidentally hit the wrong button during a movie. The buttons just glow. Revolutionary stuff, honestly. Now, voice control used to be a gimmick. Not anymore. Saying, "Turn on Netflix," beats scrolling through 17 menus like you're filing taxes. My father-in-law refused to try voice commands for 2 years. Called it talking to robots. Now he won't shut up about how easy it is. And here's a feature worth its weight in gold. Some remotes have a Find Me button on the TV itself. Press it, and your remote beeps from wherever it's hiding. Usually the couch cushions, sometimes the refrigerator. Don't ask. The magic number is 30. Any remote with more than 30 buttons is overcomplicating your life. Research shows people regularly use only 8 to 12 functions anyway. Everything else just creates confusion. But the remote is only half the battle. The software running your entire TV experience? That determines whether you'll love or hate this purchase. And honestly, the differences between systems might surprise you. Here's where things get interesting. Your TV's operating system is basically the brain of the whole operation. Pick the wrong one, and you'll be cursing at your screen for years. Google TV gives you the biggest app store around. Seriously, if an app exists, it's probably there. But here's the catch. Google watches everything you watch, then plasters your home screen with ads. It's like having a nosy neighbor who also owns a billboard. Roku takes the opposite approach. Big icons, simple menus. My 72-year-old neighbor figured it out in 10 minutes flat. No PhD required. Now, LG uses WebOS, and Samsung runs Tizen. Both work beautifully smooth. The downside? You're locked into their app stores. It's like shopping at a grocery store that only carries one brand of everything. Amazon Fire TV? Perfect if Alexa already runs your house. Less perfect if you're tired of being reminded that Amazon Prime exists. Every single day. Here's what nobody tells you, though. These operating systems get updates for about 3 to 4 years. After that, apps start glitching. Some stop working entirely. That expensive TV becomes a frustrating TV real quick. And pay attention to how many clicks it takes to reach your favorite apps. Some systems need 6 button presses just to open Netflix. Others need 2. That difference adds up to roughly 4,000 extra clicks per year. Speaking of frustrations, let's talk about something that drives everyone crazy. The sound coming out of these paper-thin screens. Here's the thing nobody tells you at the store. That gorgeous TV you're eyeing? It's basically deaf. Modern TVs are skinny, like 2 to 3 inches thin. Great for hanging on walls. Terrible for sound. There's simply no room inside for decent speakers. And it gets worse. Most built-in speakers point downward or backward. Your dialogue is literally bouncing off the wall before reaching your ears. Ever notice how actors suddenly sound like they're mumbling through a wet towel? That's not the acting. That's physics working against you. I spent 3 weeks thinking my hearing was going before realizing my fancy new TV was the culprit. My neighbor thought the same thing. Turns out, we both had the same problem. Razor-thin TVs with speakers the size of shirt buttons. But here's good news. A basic soundbar running between $100 and $200 fixes this problem overnight. No complicated wiring. No calling your nephew for tech support. Just plug it in. Now, if you're not ready for a soundbar, look for TVs with dialogue enhancement or clear voice modes. These settings boost the frequencies where human speech lives. It's like giving actors a megaphone. One more thing. Check if your TV has an HDMI RC port. This magical little connection lets your TV remote control your soundbar volume too. One remote to rule them all. Sound matters more than most people realize. But you know what else matters? The mysterious holes on the back of your TV. Now let's flip your TV around and look at the back. I know. Not exactly thrilling stuff. But those little holes back there? They determine whether your TV plays nice with everything else you own. HDMI ports are the big ones. You want at least 3. One for your cable box, one for a streaming device, one for whatever else shows up. Maybe a gaming system for the grandkids. Maybe a DVD player for those movies streaming services don't have. But here's where it gets important. Not all HDMI ports are created equal. HDMI 2.1 is the newest standard. It handles more data, faster. Older HDMI ports work fine today, but they might struggle with devices released 3 years from now. Future-proofing costs nothing extra if you choose wisely. USB ports seem basic, but they're secretly wonderful. Plug in a thumb drive loaded with vacation photos. Instant slideshow. No computer needed. No internet required. Got an older soundbar? Look for an optical audio output. That little square port with the red light connects equipment that doesn't speak HDMI. And here's a tip most people learn the hard way. Wall-mounted TVs with rear-only ports are a nightmare. Every time you plug something in, you're wrestling with the wall. Side-mounted ports solve this completely. One more thing about connections. Ethernet ports. Wi-Fi works great until it doesn't. A direct Ethernet cable gives you rock-solid streaming without buffering. Speaking of things that cost money unnecessarily, stores have some sneaky tricks waiting for you. Now let's talk about something that might save you hundreds of dollars. Store tricks. Walk into any electronics store, and every TV looks absolutely stunning. That's not an accident. Those displays run something called vivid mode, or demo mode. It cranks colors to 11 and makes everything look like a tropical vacation. Your living room? Not so much. At home, that same TV looks completely different under normal lighting. Extended warranties are another classic move. Salespeople push them hard because the profit margins are massive. Here's the truth, though. Most manufacturer defects show up within the first year. And guess what covers that first year? The free warranty that comes with every TV. I fell for this once. Paid $80 for a warranty I never used. Lesson learned. Open box deals sound tempting, right? $50 off for a returned TV. But those returns happen for a reason. Dead pixels, scratched screens, mystery glitches. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you inherit someone else's headache. And HDMI cables? This one drives me crazy. A $15 cable carries the exact same signal as an $80 premium cable. It's digital data, not wine. There's no improvement with age or price tags. One more thing. Delivery fees, installation charges, even extended warranties can often disappear with 4 simple words. Can you do better? Especially during Black Friday or holiday sales. Speaking of getting your money's worth, which brands actually deserve your hard-earned cash in 2026? Now, let's talk about which brands actually deserve your hard-earned money. Consumer reliability surveys tell the same story year after year. LG, Samsung, and Sony sit at the top for longevity and customer satisfaction. These aren't just popular brands. They're the ones that keep working 5 years down the road. But here's where it gets interesting. TCL and Hisense offer fantastic value. Seriously, their mid-range models punch way above their weight. However, their budget models? Different story. They use cheaper components that wear out faster. It's like buying discount tires. Great savings until you're stranded on the highway. And the weird part is, 23% of TV failures come from power surges. Not bad parts, not user error. Just electrical spikes frying your investment. A $30 surge protector could save you $800. That's the best return on investment you'll ever see. One thing I always do, register your TV with the manufacturer immediately. Not for spam emails, for safety recall notifications. If something's defective, you want to know before your living room turns into a light show. Keep your receipt and original box for at least 30 days. Most return policies require that packaging. Trust me, fishing a TV box out of the recycling bin is nobody's idea of a good time. Here's a free longevity hack. Set your brightness to 50% instead of maximum. Your TV lasts longer. Your eyes thank you. Your electric bill drops. Triple win right there.